You're scrolling through house listings on your phone and you see it, the perfect home, 4 bedrooms, that open concept kitchen you wanted, and the price is actually within your budget. But then you notice the school ratings, 6 out of 10 on one website, but 8 out of 10 on another. And when you check the state's official ratings, well, it's showing something completely different. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. So often I sit with families who are looking at moving to the DFW area, and they're trying to solve what feels like an impossible puzzle, finding a great home in a great school district. And almost every time they ask me the same question: which schools are actually good? It seems like it should be simple, right? Just look up the ratings and pick the highest one. But in Dallas-Fort Worth, with over 156 different school districts, plus or minus depending on the map you're using, and multiple ranking systems, it's about as straightforward as navigating downtown during rush hour with your GPS turned off. Here's what nobody tells you. Those school ranking websites you're looking at, well, they're all measuring different things, and sometimes they completely disagree with each other. A school that's excellent according to one system might be just average on another. As a DFW real estate agent, I've helped tons of families navigate this maze, and today I'm going to show you exactly how those different ranking systems work, which districts consistently perform well across all of them, and most importantly, how to figure out which schools will actually be the best fit for your family. So let's talk about these school ranking systems and why they sometimes seem like they're speaking different languages. There are 5 major ones you'll encounter during your home search, and trust me, understanding their differences is going to save you a lot of late-night confusion. First up, the Texas Education Agency, or TEA. This is the official state reporting agency. They offer comprehensive reporting on each school and strictly report on testing data and demographic data. It used to be they would grade schools just like teachers grade students, A through F. Pretty straightforward, right? These A through F scores looked at 3 main things: how well students performed on standardized tests, how much students improved year over year, and how well schools close performance gaps between different student groups. But that system was put on hold after the 2022 ratings came out, and the release of the ratings for subsequent years is actually being held up in the court system right now. So having a simple list of highest ranking schools provided from the epicenter of school data reporting just isn't there. But I do still like to recommend their website. It's a school district comparison tool that they have. And let's say you know that you need to be on the north side of the Metroplex because of the commute to your job, but you can't decide on Plano, McKinney, or Allen. You can compare these 3 to see which one works best for what you're looking for. You can see their state testing performance. So we can see that 90% of kids in Allen ISD are in the approaches grade level category. And this means that based on standardized testing, 90% of students in Allen ISD are likely to succeed in the next grade or course with targeted academic intervention. 73% of students in Allen ISD meet their grade level, which means they have a high likelihood of success in the next grade, but may still need some short-term academic intervention. Now, 43% mastered the grade level, which means 43% of students in Allen ISD are expected to succeed in the next grade with little to no academic intervention. You can also switch over to get a profile of each district. Maybe a lower student-to-teacher ratio is important to you, or you want teachers with more experience, or maybe you want to be in a smaller school district. These are all things you can figure out here. And then if you want to drill down your search further, you can search by schools. So let's say you want to be in Plano ISD. You can then compare the different high schools or middle schools or elementary schools. If you want to see the current data for a school or a district, you can go to the TAPR reports on the TEA website. I'll have a link to that in the show notes of this episode. But here's where there were some challenges with the TEA site. While TEA ratings are important, they don't tell you anything about things like school culture, sports programs, or whether your kid who loves robotics will have a chance to build robots. That's where our second player comes in, niche.com. The Texas Education Agency and niche.com are the 2 that give you ratings on school districts overall. So this helps if you're starting with a really broad search area. Think of niche.com as the cool teacher who looks at the whole picture. They factor in things like academic performance, yes, including those state test scores, teacher quality, clubs and activities, diversity, and something really valuable but also tricky, parent and student reviews. Now let's talk about those reviews for a second, because this is really important. While parent and student feedback can provide valuable insights, we need to take them with a grain of salt, and here's why. First, the numbers. In a school of maybe 2,000 students, you might only see 20 or 30 reviews. That's like trying to judge a restaurant based on what 3 people at one table ordered. Plus, think about when people usually write reviews, when they're either really happy or really upset. A parent whose child is thriving in the chess club might leave a glowing 5-star review. Meanwhile, another parent whose child struggled with a particular teacher might give just 1 star. Both experiences are valid, but neither tells the complete story of what day-to-day life at that school is actually like. And here's something else to consider. What makes a school good is incredibly personal. One parent might give a low rating because the football team isn't competitive enough, while another might give 5 stars for the same school's amazing arts program. It all depends on what matters to your family. In the top 10 list of Dallas-Fort Worth area school districts for niche.com and for the Texas Education Agency, there actually are 7 schools that rank on both lists. They're Lovejoy ISD, Carroll ISD, Highland Park ISD, Capel ISD, Argyle ISD, Wiley ISD, and Frisco ISD. Now, our third major rating system is GreatSchools.org. They're like the guidance counselor of ranking systems, focused on how well schools prepare students for the next step. Their 1 to 10 scale looks at test scores, college readiness, equity, how well schools serve all students, and advanced courses offered. GreatSchools gives a rating to individual schools and not just districts. They also don't have a generic ranking list of the area, so you have to look at the schools or districts independently to see which schools rank the highest. Now, here's something interesting, and I see this confuse buyers all the time. A school might get an A from the TEA, but only a 7 out of 10 on GreatSchools. Or it might get rave reviews on niche.com, but have a lower TEA rating. Why? Well, because they're all measuring different things and weighing them differently. US News and World Report, a 4th ranking system, also ranks our high schools, focusing heavily on college readiness and AP/IB participation. Now, this may feel like a lot of sources, and I tell my clients to think of these rankings as just one piece of the puzzle. They're useful tools, absolutely, but they each have their blind spots. TEA can't measure culture or student happiness. GreatSchools might miss recent improvements or changes. Niche's review system can be skewed by a small number of very vocal parents. US News focuses heavily on college prep, which might not be your primary concern if you're looking at elementary schools. The real magic happens when you learn to use these rankings together. When a school performs well across multiple systems, that's usually a good sign. The truly exceptional school districts in DFW tend to perform well across all these systems. Now, if you look at the map of schools from the latest A through F reporting from the Texas Education Agency, you can see these top-performing school districts tend to exist in the northern suburbs of the Metroplex. However, here's what these rankings don't show you. There are excellent individual schools in nearly every DFW district. Even in districts that might not top the overall rankings, you'll find individual schools performing just as well as those in the highest-rated districts. Finding the right home in the right school district shouldn't require hours of cross-referencing different ranking systems. That's why I've created something special for you. A free cheat sheet that does a lot of the work for you. And this just isn't any list. I have compiled the top 25 school districts in DFW, according to both niche.com and the Texas Education Agency. Plus, you'll get a bonus, the top 25 high schools, according to US News and World Report, complete with their GreatSchools board ratings right alongside them. It's like having all the major ranking systems in one easy-to-reference document. Oh, because I'll also have links to homes for sale that feed into each of those districts in that cheat sheet. Just visit schools.thecrestedgegroup.com to get your copy. Remember, these rankings are just the starting point, but having them all in one place, that's going to make your home search so much easier. Download that cheat sheet, and when you're ready to start looking at homes in these top-rated districts, let's talk. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jennifer Templeton. I'm a realtor and broker associate with the CrestEdge Group at Keller Williams Rockwall, and we work with buyers and sellers all over the DFW Metroplex. So if you are thinking about relocating to Dallas or making a move this year, I'd love to be your real estate resource of choice and earn your business. You can call or text me directly at 214-803 or send me an email to jennifer@thecrestedgegroup.com to get started. If you liked this video, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel for more real estate insights, and check out our next video. Bye now.